Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the final video of our little giraffe series. I'm Annie, and today we're doing the final assembly. We're going to sew all the parts together, and I really hope you've enjoyed making her with me. Let's start with the embroidery. I've already pinned where we'll do the eyebrows and the black detail of the eyes. I'll show you the finished side first so you can get a feel for it. Above the eye, you're going to count. This is the eye round. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th round, we'll make the eyebrow diagonally. Do the same on the other side. Now, for this top part of the eye, we're going to come out and move down into the next stitch over. See? Come out and go down into the side stitch. Insert your needle through the middle and I'll go ahead and do the eyebrow, coming out at the top. Pull the yarn and leave a tail so we can fasten off later. Go into the lower part, 2 stitches away, and move straight to the other side. Same thing here, 2 stitches away and 1 round down. Now I'll bring my needle right flush against the piece and come out at the top of the eye. See that? And pull. Now let's skip 1, 2 stitches to the side and 1, 2 rounds down. Come out right in the middle, and it will look like this. Now I'll do the same for the other eye. I'll come out at the bottom, then go back in through the top. In this part, guys, I'm going to stay right in the center of the stitch. If I come out a bit further to the side, this detail will look too wide. So notice I came out right in the middle of the stitch. And I'll go into the middle of the eye and come out right where I started to fasten off. Because for the black yarn, that's it. This embroidery is super easy. Look how cute it looks. Now I just tie these 2 ends together. Don't pull too tight. If you tie it too hard, you might ruin the embroidery we just did. Hide the yarn inside. Now let's do the white detail. I'll take a piece of white amigurumi yarn. Enter here and come out at the bottom of the eye. It's just to create a light point. Go into the stitch right next to the eye. Be careful not to pull too hard, or it will disappear under the eye, and there it is. I'll do the same on the other side. I've already fastened both together, cut them, and now I'm careful when hiding them so I don't pull the threads back under. Usually I like to push the knot in first. This way I don't pull. If it pulls a bit, we can fix it with the needle. But look, it turned out great, see? Now let's sew the snout. We'll sew a portion of it and then add the stuffing. This way, the stuffing doesn't get in the way of the sewing. And since it's a very open piece, it can be hard to sew. Let's place it here. See the eye line? We'll sew it right below and perfectly centered. Don't skimp on pins. Pins help your seam stay straight and you can position it exactly where you want it. Let's begin. We'll pick up one loop from the head. I like to pick up these surface loops and not insert the needle all the way into the piece so I don't pull out any stuffing, okay guys? When I started making amigurumi, I used to sew going deep inside and ended up pulling out a lot of stuffing, and I didn't like that. Picking up just the loop feels better. Now for the snout, normally you'd pick up this loop here, right? But I like to do a different kind of seam. I go under the X stitch. See, I go right under the X stitch. The needle goes in easily. If you have to use force, take the needle out and try again because you're probably in the wrong spot. Now I pick up another loop here. And that's it, guys. No secret. Pick up every stitch. Don't skip any on the snout and always look for the loop on the head closest to where you're sewing. Don't pick it too far out or the seam won't look clean. Sew it in a nice circle, following the snout's shape so it doesn't look crooked or square. This will give you a beautiful seam. I'll finish sewing mine and come back. Remember, when it's almost finished, add the stuffing. When there's a small gap left, stuff it until it's nice and firm. I'll show you when I add the stuffing. I'm almost finished, and I'm adding the stuffing now. I always use my scissors to help me. Once the snout is nice and firm, I'll finish the seam. Done. I made a knot, and now I'll bring the yarn out through the back. Later I'll fasten it off with another thread from a different seam. Our snout is sewn. Now I've positioned the horns. They're right in the center of the head, starting from the third round. So we count 1, 2, 3 and place them there. Remember, I already stuffed them. You have to stuff them before sewing. From the front, it looks like this, and from the top as well. I always leave the yarn tail towards the back so the seam starts and ends at the back of the amigurumi. Now I pick up a loop from the head. And here, guys, we'll pick up just like we did with the snout, under the X stitch and one loop from the horn. Work your way all around, just like the snout. Don't leave any stitches from the last round of the horn behind so the seam looks perfect. I'll do the last stitch, tie a knot, and bring the yarn to the back. I'll sew the other horn the same way, coming out at the same spot to tie both threads together. I'll also tie that white thread in with them. Horns are done. I've positioned the ears in line with the horns. Skip one stitch and sew them right there, just one round below the horn. No secret here. It's the same seam we've been doing. Pick up a loop from the head and the X stitch of the ear. We'll have 6 X stitches to pick up around the ear. Just sew all the way around. Since I've shown the others, this isn't different. Except the ear is flat. You won't sew it in a circle, you'll sew it flattened against the head. I'll tie a knot, bring the yarn to the back and sew the other ear. I'll tie them together and hide them. Give it a little squeeze to help the shape. I'll finish the other ear and come back. Ears are sewn. I've already sewn the arm and leg on this side to show you. Position them starting from the third round of the neck, in line with the ear, and we'll place the arm slightly tilted. Down here, the leg is 1 stitch away. Now, there's something very important to notice so the arm doesn't flare out or stay lifted. Many times I made amigurumis, and the limbs stayed lifted on one side. I found out that if you place that last closing round with the wrong side facing out, the limb stays down. If you put the right side, the X stitches facing out, the leg will stay open. So, keep the wrong side facing out. Let's sew. I'll show you the leg, and then you can do the arms. From the front it looks like this, and from the side, like this. We'll sew this differently. Pick up a loop from the body, and then go into the middle of the stitch on the leg. See? Right in the middle. Pick up another loop from the body and go into the next hole on the leg. Repeat this until the end of the round. Tie a knot and come out at a random spot. I'll come out near another thread so I can tie them together later. Now, the same way I sewed the leg, I'll sew the arm in the position I told you. I'll finish and come back. I'll tie it with the thread from the leg and hide it. Legs and arms are done. Now the tail, count 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th round, sew it right in the center. Keep the wrong side facing out, facing up, so it stays pointed upwards. We'll sew just like the legs. Pick up a loop from the body and one from the tail. Since the tail only has 3 stitches across, it's just 3 times. tie it off and bring it out where we left the other body thread to tie them together. If you didn't leave one, just come out anywhere and cut. Remove the pins and hide the thread. Now for the spots. I'll place them and show you where each one goes. I've pinned one in the middle of the cheek, one higher up, one on the other side further forward. On the back, one on the top right, one on the bottom left, one near the tail on the right, and one more on the upper right side. Remember, you can place them wherever you prefer. It's not a rule. I'm just showing you where I put mine. To sew them, we pick up the inner part. Don't pick up the outer loops. Pick up a loop from the head and then an inner loop from the spot. You don't even need to pick up all 6 inner stitches. Once it feels firm, tie a knot and come out somewhere else. I'll sew them all this way. They stay very secure. Finished the spots. Now all that's left is the blush. You can use actual blush or pastel dust. Just brush a little pink on the cheeks, and that's it. Our little giraffe is ready. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sending you a big hug, God bless, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.